on Tuesdays before I go over to my exclusive Patreon Zoom room. If you've been one of my TikTok followers who has come over to Patreon recently, welcome, welcome. It's always wonderful to meet new people in that private community. You just go to patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. But I always like to do a free live stream right here on Tuesdays for a few minutes. Let me get some comments going over here on the other social media. The first thing I would love to know is where you're watching from. It's always exciting for me to look in my TikTok community and see that, wow, we are a global community. We are all over the world. So tell me where you're watching from. That's always really exciting. I can see you guys coming on board now. I'm looking over at YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else. Let's see, I have Jordan coming on. Already the questions are coming. And my girlfriend and I have been together for... Oh, I'm going to put this up on screen, Jordan, because that's a good one. That's going to be the first question I answer in just a minute. Hello, Brazil. Hi, Spokane, Washington. Hi, Indiana. Hey, LA. I'm here in LA. Hi, Russell Springs, Kentucky. Hi, Pennsylvania. Hello, Arizona. If you're watching from any of the other social medias, let me know where you're watching from. Linda from Pasadena. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Hello. Welcome, welcome. What else we got? I see all the likes coming and I can see the people coming on board. Hello, Tessa from North Carolina. And Persis, I don't know where you're watching from, but let me know. Jordan, are you really in Peggy's Cove? And you're going to be the first question I answer tonight. This is so exciting. I love Peggy's Cove. It's a very special place to me. I was born in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Hello, Daniel. You're in LA with me. Wonderful, wonderful. Hi from Switzerland. More from LA. Lovely. Alabama. Hello. Maryland from Holly, Pennsylvania. Nice. Frisco, Texas. Hello. Oh, and Dallas we see on YouTube. We see Dallas. Oh, we have a few Texas in the house. The biggest state by landmass, right? Am I right with Texas? Or by population? Is California the biggest population? I know that California here, we're the 8th largest economy in the world. It's just a simple fun fact. I know, bigger than India, believe it or not. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go live with anybody else unless we plan that ahead of time. Hi, Western Florida. Hi, Arizona. Hi, Croatia. Ooh, how are things over there? Hi, Ohio. Okay, now we're going to do some questions. I'm going to start on TikTok and then I'm coming to you, Jordan. I lied. I'm in a relationship with a man who is faith-based and keeps telling me I need to surrender. Okay, I don't know where people get off surrender. What do they mean by surrender? Are we talking about hyper-traditional gender roles? Are we talking about surrender physically? You know, sex shouldn't be a conquest. It should be an exchange of care between two people when they're ready. I'm not sure what that means. Hi, Wichita, Kansas. Hi, North Carolina. It is an 80s hair vibe. I'm stuck in the 80s. I've been here forever. Haven't left. Okay, let me answer this question from Jordan in Peggy's Cove, Nova Scotia. Hi, Wendy. My girlfriend and I have been together for 5 months. I always have had a bad, anxious attachment with others, but with her, I feel secure now. No nervous, no roller coasters. Is this a good sign? It's an excellent sign. That's what it feels like when you fall in love with somebody who has a secure attachment style. You're able to calm down your own anxiety and build trust, right? So this is probably a really, really good sign. Now, for some people who are addicted to the roller coaster of the highs and lows of that anxious, avoidant, crazy roller coaster, it can feel boring. They will say, oh, they're too nice. It's not so exciting. But I want you to interpret that feeling of calm as being peaceful and secure, okay? I don't know the best restaurant in East Canada. Okay, any more questions over here from Facebook or YouTube? I see you guys coming on board. Send me relationship questions. Let me go back up to TikTok. Surrender is a song by Cheap Trick. That's probably true. Okay, so all the questions about my hair, it's so funny. I will just say this. I have extremely curly, kinky, frizzy, gray hair. I've been coloring my hair since my 20s. Everybody in my family goes white early. So all I do is I blow dry it like fast, and then it looks like a witch with straw-like ends. Here, there's some at the back, maybe, I don't know. And then I take a fat curling iron and I just and flip the ends. That's it. I'm sorry, you keep asking me. And then when I sleep at night, all little curls and frizzies start to come back. That's the story of the hair. I'm sorry, it's off topic. Do I mean cuddling, or what is cuddling? I did a whole segment on my KFI AM 640 radio show on the science of cuddling and how important it is for our mental health and our physical health and all the neurohormones that come into your body through cuddling. So I think it's really important. Daniel's shy to ask the question. Feel free to, I don't know, be brave. Two dates, asked him to go out again. Schedules are busy for next 2 weeks. Do I wait for him to reschedule? Yeah, when people say they're busy, they're not interested. When people are interested, they jump to it. They don't want that person to go off the mating marketplace and be nabbed by somebody else. I would move along. I don't sit around and wait. If somebody has a busy schedule, the whole reason why we work is so that we can raise in social status and get access to higher status mates. It's not just about food and roof. It's all about love. Trust me. I have not read Esther Perel's book about infidelity, but I love her work. I think she's fabulous. Thank you for asking me. Oh, yeah, Michael's got a political question. But it really does have to do with human mating, so I'm going to bring it up. Okay, Michael's question is breaking news. The most important topic of the day is SCOTUS on abortion rights. Thoughts? Happy birthday again. Thank you. The research is very clear that reducing access to abortion does not reduce the numbers of abortion. And the Supreme Court is turning this back to the states to make the decision because they don't want to have anything to do with it. They're supposed to argue the Constitution. The Constitution is about individual rights and freedoms. Last time I checked, I'm an individual. My body, I have a right to my body. So without getting political, I will say that California is about to make a lot of money in the medical industry for any woman who's going to get on a plane. Sadly, it will increase female mortality rates because lower socioeconomic status women are going to die in back rooms. They're going to bleed to death. And we are not going to reduce the number of abortions this way. You know how we reduce the number of abortions? It's so simple. You just hand out free birth control everywhere. It's so simple. Just prevent pregnancy is what you do. Akshay has a good question, but let me quickly go up to TikTok to see if we have a. What's my advice on a toxic relationship? Do your best to get out of it as quickly as possible. And if you know somebody who's in one, don't ostracize them. Don't make them feel bad. It takes the average person about 6 or 7 times to leave a toxic or a traumatic bond, as I call it. So tell them you're here for them when they're ready. The last text was surrender to God, but I'm not comfortable with this relationship. The relationship with God or the relationship with him. And either way, don't surrender. Be you. Okay, question here, Akshay. Nowadays, people have lots of options and choices. How can current couples love current partner and stop looking for the next better person, i.e. the paradox of choice? You're very smart. You know about the paradox of choice. So back in our anthropological past, the average human being probably never laid eyes on more than 150 humans across their entire lifespan, and a good 30 or 40 of them were related to them. So today, we are presented on dating apps with so many romantic possibilities. We are presented with so many romantic choices. And we do know that the human brain suffers terribly from paradox of choice, which simply says the more choice a human has, the less likely they are to make a choice. And when they do make a choice, they're less likely to value that choice. So how do you bust paradox of choice? You get off the apps and you focus on that one person that you're with. And if you're choosing a new mate, you don't text with more than 2 at once, sort of like a 0 or 1, like a computer. Get rid of one, move to the next, get rid of one, move. But don't have your box full of 3 to 5 to 10. I've heard guys have 20 women in their box. Okay. I don't understand the question here. Is that why reducing social media helps? Yes. Okay. What are my thoughts on men over 40 going on hormone replacement therapy? I am not a medical doctor. I am not a equipped to give this advice, I will say this, that when evolutionary psychologists have figured out that when a woman is pregnant, when she has small children, her husband's testosterone goes down. This is Mother Nature's way of diverting sexual energy and aggression towards protection, nurturing, and caregiving for offspring. This is normal. But the pharmaceutical companies have invented this diagnosis called low T, and they seem to be giving testosterone supplements to younger and younger men. I think everybody's different. I think this is an individual choice, and it's a decision for you to be made with your doctor. But be careful about cultural pressure to be something that you're not meant to be. What do I think of long distance relationships? I'll tell you what I think of long distance relationships. You better have a schedule of when it's going to end. And you also need to have a schedule of when you're going to talk and FaceTime. You can't, especially if one of you has an anxious attachment style, you can't sit there wondering and worrying when they're going to call. You're going to live in this constant state of longing. Generally, relationships that begin as a long distance relationship have trouble adapting to an in the same city relationship, partly because it's self-selective. The people who select long distance relationships are the ones that don't want too much closeness, don't want too much everyday contact. And what we know about long distance relationships is their honeymoon phase after honeymoon phase. You're just going from one exciting trip to another instead of having to deal with the day-to-day grind that happens. Well, someone has suggested that her boyfriend at 61 needs hormone replacement therapy, and that may be true. Oh my God, is this the world famous chef Connie Anderson? Oh my gosh, I think he's like over in Indonesia at some famous Four Seasons, but he's writing and saying, is cooking skills a bonus in relationships? Absolutely, absolutely. There's something about a man with a knife and fire that's very seductive because it goes back to our anthropological past, right? Bring home meat, feed the woman and the babies. Okay, back to TikTok. 15 years in a great relationship. Now I'm in constant fear that something bad will happen to him. Okay, this is on you, not him, right? There are two kinds of fears. There's the fear of something because something actually happened to you a bunch of times, and there's the fear of that it's just inside you and it needs an object to direct it to. Okay, so I'm telling you right now that you need to work through this fear with your own therapist. There's nothing you can ask your mate to do to alleviate your fear. I want to remind everybody that happy people have happy relationships, and working and becoming the best that you can be is one of the best things you can do for your relationship. Oh, thank you, Connie. Hi, Steve Lewis. How are you? Hello, Regina in Sweden. Akshay says, how do you bring up a prenuptial topic? It's so sensitive. You start by finding out somebody's psychology of money. You simply say, hey, how did your parents pay the bills? How did they split things? Do you own things? Would you think you'd want to protect them? Now, again, and many times you don't need a prenup unless one person has way more assets than the other. And because I assume if you're going to procreate, you're going to want to leave them to your kids. But that's an individual topic, and it's a great route to intimacy, to practice having these prickly conversations. That's the primary reason women leave men for divorce, is because of financial reasons. Yeah. You see, during the vulnerable years of pregnancy, nursing, and raising small children, during patriarchy, women have a heck of a time earning money, right? And so if a man, they do cite the reasons. If he's not a good provider, especially during those years, they will mate shop. I don't pass any moral judgment here. I just talk about evolutionary theory and human mating strategy. That's just what people do. I don't understand some of these questions because let me see. Did you have a question back here? Let me roll back and see if I can find any. They're coming in so fast, I can't see them. Perseus has a question in Dallas. 5 years we're together, and over this problem, we are on and off. What is the problem, though? I don't see it. Oh, here we go. There's the question. I see it now. My boyfriend always breaks his promises. What should I do? I'm just going to say, why would you stay? if somebody who lies or is inauthentic, you're in love with hope. You're in love with his promises. And if it's hurting you, if you can't put up with it, I mean, some people go, oh, they just like to exaggerate. That's who they are. And I love them anyway. I don't sense that from this comment, right? Kimberly says she was very discouraged on dating apps. I will tell you, in many ways, it is an endurance test, okay? You have to swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe. And I want everybody to understand this. Yes, you will be consumed with paradox of choice. Yes, there are lots of people with fake profiles. There are lots of people who lie on dating apps. That's why it's really important to turn them into a real human being quickly, get on the phone pretty quickly, share their voice, etc. I think that dating apps are an endurance test. It is a real process of elimination. It's not a process of finding. It's a process of finding the needle in the haystack by getting rid of all the straws until you find it. You want to propose to somebody after 7 months? Wait, no, please. Please wait at least a calendar year before you consider marriage. Please go through the 4 seasons. Don't rush. Oh, let me go back. There's a question here I liked. Great first date, been in touch via text. How soon should second date to avoid fizzle out? Well, the industry standard is after a great first date, you wait 2 to 4 days before you contact them again. There's a psychological trick to that. You want them to be a little bit wondering if you're going to call back or not. How to find yourself after losing yourself in a relationship. Yeah, that's the work. That's the work of going to therapy and figuring out who you are and what you want instead of thinking about everybody else's wants. I'm pretty sure this was trained early in your life. You're attracted to older guys who are set in their ways, which can be very challenging. So I'm going to ask you why you're attracted to that then, if it's challenging, set in their ways. Sort of, not all older people are set in their ways. Some are really open to new experiences. I'm wondering why you like older guys who seem to be kind of maybe controlling. I don't know. Okay, I'm just reminding everybody that I do just a few minutes live every Tuesday at this time before I go over to my private Patreon exclusive Zoom room. You can join for as little as $4 a month. And I would love to have you over there. You just go to patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh and you can join my private community. I send out articles a few times a week. My podcast, Mating Matters, is there. I'm producing new episodes now. So if you came to me through the podcast, Mating Matters, you find it on Patreon. So patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. I am going to say goodbye now. It's wonderful to see you. And as you know, I'm always on iHeartRadio. I got the logo shirt on today, on KFI AM 640 every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. And I continue to try to make more videos for social media. Thanks so much for being here. Come on over to Patreon. I'm going there. We open the Zoom room in 13 minutes. I'll see you there. Patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. Bye, everybody.